Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Stephanie, your double board certified critical care physician who works with physicians that are struggling with their jobs, burnt out with their careers, or who just want some career advice. Through my books, webinars, coaching, and speaking, I help physicians discover alternative jobs and careers in medicine so that they can practice medicine on their own terms. Thank you so much for joining me for this edition of Let's Talk Tuesday. And I am here to talk to you all about something that really plagues a lot of physicians who are doing locums, and that is scheduling. But before we get started, what I want to do is ask for a favor. If you're watching me live, let me know where you're watching me from. If you are watching this on replay, press replay. If you like what I have said, press the like button. If you love what I said, press the love button. If you know somebody that needs this information, please feel free to tag them. And please feel free to share this information with you. So today we're going to talk about 4 things to remember when you are scheduling your locums assignment. And we're going to talk in cliches tonight because sometimes I kind of think that it's easier to remember things when you can, drill it down to a quick and easy saying. So there's 4 things to remember when you are scheduling your locums assignment. And the most important thing that I have learned is when scheduling a locums assignment, that a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Y'all know I'm Southern, so we have a saying for everything. But what this means is that don't turn down a known local locums assignment for a potential assignment. And this is why this is important, because a lot of you all have in the last couple of days gotten bombarded with phone calls from recruiters, and they're talking to you about these assignments. These assignments have specific dates, or they want to know which dates you're available. So you know how it is. You get your calendars out and you say, hey, I'm available for these dates. And you might actually make a note in your calendar that you told this recruiter that you're available for these dates to work. So then what happens if you get another offer to work on those same days? But this particular offer to work is with a company that a client that you are credentialed with, a client that you have worked with before. So you have an opportunity to do a locums assignment on those dates with a known client that you have worked for before. Then that's who you need to go with. So you always go with the known assignment, the known client, the person, the company and the client that is going to be your go-to person. That's who you go with. And I'm saying all this to say is that I'm in the same situation. Over the last 2 days, I've gotten the opportunity to pick up some more shifts at one of my locums assignments. And they said, hey, Dr. Freeman, we've got physicians going on vacation. We've got this block of dates open. Can you help? And so, of course, I looked at those dates, and those had been some dates I had told some other recruiters that I might be available. However, those other recruiters have not confirmed those dates with me. Heck, I'm not even credentialed to work in the hospital that we're discussing. So therefore, I gave the dates to the client I have been working with, and sure enough, everything is working out. So therefore, like I said, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. You go with your known client before you go with an unknown client. You go with the person that you have everything in everything that is together with. If the person that you have your credentials with, the person the client that you've worked with before, so you're already in the system. So that's who you go with, and that's really kind of sort of who you give preference to. So like known versus unknown, you go with the known one. You go with your sure bet. Now, and then I will also say this: you do not have an assignment until you have a confirmation letter. So I really and truly don't commit any dates to anybody until I have a confirmation letter. So for those of you who have given these companies, dates 3, 4, 5, 6 months in advance, and if you don't have a confirmation letter, you don't have an assignment. And if another client comes forward and they want to credential you and get you scheduled, get you on the schedule, and they're willing to give you a confirmation letter, you'd go with that, because no confirmation letter means no assignment. Now, The other thing that is very important, like I said, we're talking in cliches tonight because I'm Southern, we got a saying for everything, is don't put all of your eggs in one basket. So do not just have one source of locums income. Work with multiple companies, work with multiple assignments, and do them simultaneously. Because remember, locums is temporary, so don't act like your temporary locums job is permanent, because it's going to come to an end. Any locums job can end at any time for any reason. So therefore, in order to prevent any interruptions in your locums income, you need to have multiple assignments going on at multiple times. So if client A cancels you, you can pick up with client B later on in the month or next month, because like I said, our goal is to make sure you always have revenue coming in. The third thing to remember is there is a time and a season for everything, and all good things must come to an end. So your locums job is going to come to an end, just so you know that. You're there for a reason. And if whatever reason you are there gets rectified and they fix that situation and they don't need you anymore, then your job is over. But also locums, your locums work ebbs and flows. There's a season in which you're going to be in more demand, and then there's going to be a time in the year in which you're hello, how are you, Dr. Olu? I can't say your whole name, but thank you for joining. But there's going to be a time in which your services are in great demand, and there's going to be a time in which things really slack off. So the two times of the year in which your services are going to be in great demand are the times of the year in which physicians are off of work for vacation, and sometimes during some conferences. So physicians take off during the holidays and physicians take off during the summer. So we are in what I like to say the summer locum season, because I'm getting calls and emails and texts every single day because clients need locums coverage, locums vacation coverage. So therefore, I would encourage everybody, if you're in a position to take advantage of this high demand, high season, as I would like it to call it for locums, to take advantage of it. So what I do is, like I said, I'm critical care. So for me, I really only need to work 14 or 15, 12-hour shifts a month. But during what I call the summer locum season, July and August, because the demand is so high, I'll work 21 shifts a month in July and August. I'll just, do it and hit it. Now, you also have to realize that, you have your summer locum season, things will kind of drop off in, September, October, then they'll start ramping right back up for vacations, for the holidays, and then of course flu season. So there's going to be a great demand for your work then, and then things will kind of slack off come February. So what I did is these last couple of months have been a little slow. So I took advantage of it. I mean, heck, I think in March or April, I took 10 days off. I didn't have, another assignment. So I was home for 10 days. And you guys know, I don't know what to do with myself when I have that much time off. But I needed to take that break. So I usually kind of take a break in the spring. And so I'm ready to gear up this time of the year, so I'm not going to be so extra tired, because I really want to take advantage of the high demand for the locums doctors come July and August. And then once again, I kind of do the same thing and during the holiday seasons as well too. So some months I work extra. I take advantage of the seasonal availability. I work extra when I can. So therefore, when there's months in which my services aren't needed, I'm not fretting as much, and I use that as an opportunity to get rest. So I would encourage everybody just to, depending on what your specialty is, just kind of be cognizant of when your services are in demand. Some people, there's a high demand for locums coverage, especially in the subspecialties during national conferences, when, let's say, like I remember one time I was working at a hospital, and the urology conference was going on, and all the urologists were gone. So they're like, sorry, if you need urology coverage, this is not the time or the place for it, because all of our urologists are gone. So that might be an opportunity for you guys as well too. For those of you who are in the specialties and the surgical specialties, you might be able to pick up some locums work during the time of your national conferences, because all of the other doctors are going to want to be off and going to want to go to those conferences. So that might be an opportunity. So just pay attention to when your services are in demand for whatever specialty you're in for locums, and see if you can kind of take advantage of those seasons. And this also, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Planning is essential to success as a locums doctor. And your second job as a locums doctor is to find your next job. That's what you need to do. And sometimes, as much as you get tired of it, you really need to talk and be in communication with multiple recruiters, multiple companies, multiple times a week. You need to be planning your schedule at least 3 months out, okay? I wouldn't plan it any more than 6 months out, because that gives the client too much time to cancel, but you need to plan your schedule 3 months out. So I'm already scheduled through August. You see what I'm saying? So you need to do that. And the reason why you need to do that is, remember, locums work can disappear at any time. So you don't want to be in a situation in which you didn't plan for the end of this particular job, because all good things come to an end. I don't care how great this job is, how much they love you, how much they tell you that, oh, we want you to come work for us. As soon as they find your replacement, your job is over. So you need to plan for that. So therefore, you always need to be working with multiple recruiters, multiple companies, and you always need to get credentialed with as many places as you can. I had a recruiter call me the other day, and we've been trying to get me into a particular hospital, and things just kind of keep falling through the cracks sometimes, because sometimes the client doesn't know if they need locums or when they're going to need locums. So a recruiter called me back and said, hey, Dr. Freeman, the client just said, hey, let's just go ahead and get some additional physicians credentialed just in case we need them. So what did I say? I said, absolutely, let's go ahead, get me credentialed, present me. If it's a go, let's get me credentialed. Let's get me in the process. So just in case something opens up in, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and I have the availability, I'll have something else to do. So you have to really plan your life when you are locums, and you've got to plan this schedule, and you've always got to be thinking 3 months in advance. I like to kind of not really plan my year, but I do kind of plan my year, because if there's conferences I want to go to, I go ahead and just block that off my schedule. If I decide I don't want to work the holidays this year, I'll block that off my schedule. So if I think I want to do a family vacation on this date at this time, I go ahead and block that off my schedule, so that I can go ahead and plan my locums schedule around my life. So that is what you need to do. So hopefully, if you kind of remember these 4 things, that will help you with some clarity, because the one thing that I don't want to happen is, I don't want you to have given these dates to a locums company, a client, thinking that an assignment is going to come through, and you don't hear anything else back from them. But meanwhile, you've passed up some other opportunities to work on those particular dates. And then those dates arrive, and you're like, what do I do? So I don't want that to happen. Our goal is to have you working as much as you want to work, as consistently as you need to work. And we don't want there to be any interruptions in your income. So like I said, if you remember these 4 things when you're thinking about making your locum schedule, if you remember A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So we go with the known before we go with the unknown. We go with the known client before we go with the unknown client. We go with somebody that we've been working with, that we're already in the system with. We bet on the sure thing. We're not going to bet on the unsure thing. I don't care how much money they're offering you. You go with the sure thing, because a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and we want steady income. We're not going to put all of our eggs in one basket. So we are going to work with multiple companies, multiple recruiters, and we're going to have multiple assignments. So when one assignment ends, you can pick something right back up. We're going to realize that there's a time and a season for everything. Your locums job is going to come to an end. Make sure you have another one scheduled, and take advantage of the locum season. This is summer. This is high season right now. See if you can get some extra work, if you can work it in your schedule. So that way, when things slow down, you won't be in a crisis when things slow down, because you will have worked extra if you have chosen to do so. And like I said, you got to plan. If you are not planning your locums career, your locum schedule, then you are making plans to not be successful. If you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. And we don't want that. We want consistent work, consistent incomes. So therefore, if you do these things, you're going to have an abundance of locums work, and you're going to work your schedule the way you want your schedule to work. So let's just kind of take a time to read through the comments. Thank you for everybody. Dr. Olu says hi, and yes indeed, and Denise gives me the thumb up. And then Sacha says, thanks for the live. Thank you for joining. Dr. Winona gives me the thumbs up. So I want to also offer you guys this. I do want to offer you my locums toolkit absolutely free. Let me see here. So you can download this free ebook, my locums toolkit. Just go to bit.ly, Dr. Stephanie Locums Toolkit. And this just is a collection, a little ebook, a collection of blogs that kind of tell you some of the things that you need to learn, that you need to know in order to get started. That's, like I said, is my free ebook. It's the Locums Toolkit, and go to bit.ly, Dr. Stephanie. I'm sorry, bit.ly/Dr. Stephanie Locums Toolkit. I do thank you all so much for joining me of this edition of Talk About It Tuesday and Let's Talk Tuesday. I hope you found this very informational. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to message me. Please feel free to share this with friends, tag people that you think need to hear this information, and we will talk soon. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, and bye-bye.